Hello children, today we shall talk about majoritarianism in Sri Lanka. So dear children, in my previous videos lectures, I have explained to you in details that in Belgium as well as in Sri Lanka, we see the major social groups who are following the concepts of majority in the society. They are trying to have the tendency to follow the policy of majoritarianism. And when the majoritarianism policies are followed, it is creating conflict in the society. And these major social groups, they are not acceptance to each other at the initial period, and due to that, conflict is happening in the society. So dear children, what really happened in Sri Lanka after following the concepts of majoritarianism? Let us learn in details. So dear children, here the Sri Lanka being an island country who became independent in 1948, and soon after its independence we see the dominance of the Sinhala community who are having major dominance in the government, and being the democratically elected government. So here the Sinhala peoples, they are following the concepts of majoritarianism as well as supremacy in the nations. And after that we see they passed an act in 1956, and according to that act the Sinhala languages, which became the official languages by disregarding the other Tamil languages in the nations. And not only that, my dear children, here the Sinhala communities, by having the majority peoples in the government, they developed the preferential policies, and according to that preferential policies, here the government positions, the university positions, all these positions as well as favor was given particularly to the Sinhala community. And at the same time, the new constitutions was made. Again they begin to say that the government as well as the state should protect the Buddhist religions. So here already we see, my dear children, that the Sri Lanka who is following the concept of preferential, who are following the concepts of supremacy in the nations, following the concept of majoritarianism, they are not giving respect to other languages, not giving importance to other social groups, rather than giving importance to one particular group, that is the Sinhala community. Already I have told you that the Sinhala languages, which became the official languages in 1956, apart from that all government positions was given to Sinhala community, and according to the constitutions of this Sri Lankan community, further it said that the state shall protect the Buddhist religions here. So all these government measures made the feeling of the alienations among the Sri Lanka Tamils here. So my dear children, when the preference, when the favor was given to one particular community, during that time we see the Sri Lankan Tamils, they were being alienated in the society, and they used to feel separations in the society. And here again they said that the Buddhist leaders, they have a sensitive nature and feelings towards their own particular cultures as well as own particular languages. That is the reasons the Sri Lankan Tamils, they begin to have a feeling that there is a denying of these equal political rights as well as the discriminations in jobs as well as in opportunities. So my dear children, here these peoples, these Tamil peoples, the minority communities, they begin to have a feeling that there is a discriminations which are happening between the Sinhala communities as well as between the Tamil speaking peoples. Why? Because the equal political rights are not there, the discriminations are made in jobs area, the opportunities are denied here, the opportunities is given mostly to Sinhala community. That is why the Sinhala communities as well as these Tamil communities, their relations becomes very worse and worse, because here the different social groups who are having minority in Sri Lankan community, they begin to had a feelings of separations, because the government is giving more preference, more opportunity, more positions to Sinhala community. Due to that, these minority community like Tamils, the Christians, as well as the Indian Tamil and Sri Lankan Tamils, they were alienated in the society, and they begin to have the feelings of discriminations, because here the Sinhala community is following the concepts of majoritarianism, and due to that the society was divided. There was disunity in the society. People are not accepted to each other. There should be diversity and unity. In spite of that, people were having separations feelings in the society. So my dear children, due to the preference which was given to Sinhala community, it created lot of conflict between the different social groups in Sri Lanka community. So dear children, as I was telling you that when the supremacy was given to Sinhala community in all aspects of life, they were given more preference in job area. Their Sinhala language were made official languages in the society. Their Buddhist religions were given more importance in the nations. Due to that, it created lot of economical as well as social setbacks in the nations. It caused many problems in the nations. So we see that when the preference was given to the one particular community, that is the Sinhala community, so here in order to get justice, the Sri Lankan Tamils, what they did was they created a parties in order to have the struggle against the Tamil languages as the official languages. So dear children, here the Tamil peoples, they made the parties so that the parties will struggle to have the recognitions of Tamil, which is the official languages. After that, they fought for the equal opportunities in the society. In spite of fighting to have equal opportunities in the societies, their rights were continuously denied in the society. So dear children, in 1980s we see several political organizations which was formed, and they demanded to have the independent Tamil state, especially in northern as well as in eastern parts of Sri Lanka. And after that, there was a distrust between the two communities, that is the Sinhala community and Sri Lankan Tamils. And when there was a misunderstanding as well as the distrust between these two communities, soon it turned into a conflict between them. And when there was a conflict between these two communities, it resulted to have the civil war. And when the civil war happened, we see many people were killed, many families were forced to leave the nations, and apart from that, this civil war in Sri Lanka, which caused the economical setbacks as well as the social setback in the nations. So dear children, here when the supremacy was given to one particular community in Sri Lanka, there was lot of problems in the society. And what was the problems? When they created the concept of majoritarianism, there was civil war, there was economical setback, there was social setback, there was hampering of development in the society. Many people lost their life, many people who left the country. So my dear children, already we understood by seeing the case study of Sri Lanka that when we are not acceptance to each other in the society, when we are not sharing power in the society, when equal distributions of power is not given in the society, when equal opportunity is not given in the society, it is creating conflict in the society. So my dear children, that is why power sharing is very important. If we are not sharing power with the different social groups, with the different religious groups, with the different communities in the society, it is creating lot of problems in the society. It is leading to civil war. It is creating conflict. It is happening economical as well as the social setback in the nations. That is why, my dear children, power sharing is very desirable, because it is the spirit of democracy. It is the spirit of democracy. That is why power sharing is very important. If we are not sharing power, then it is leading to conflict in the society. So if we are sharing power, if we are giving equal importance in the nations, it will create harmony in the society. There will not be disharmony. There will be peaceful environment in the nations. That is why power sharing is very important in the nations. Thank you, my dear children, for listening to me.